I don't eat red meat like that. You know what I'm saying? Like every so often. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm about to get back on my regimen because I don't have a choice. Like,
but you got this cookbook and it has
sneak.
some great recipes in it that you could like mess with, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, I could eat everything in that book.
Right.
You know
what
I mean?
inspired you to do that? Were you cooking when you in there? Are these like recipes of some of your like fellow inmates?
So basically, you know, this book right here, the cookbook, is just everything that we would make in the prison. You know what I mean? Everything that I would like to make, and it was some recipes in there also that shit that I didn't make. That's what the chapter is called. Like, you know what I mean? Shit that I never ate, but you might like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
like the fake ass pad thai.
Yeah, stuff like that, and like, you know.
But you definitely made the barbecue. I had barbecue salmon, and
I want this pie.
The barbecue salmon is slamming.
Yeah, yo, and I'll tell you, it's funny because we were talking with college. The dorm is the same lifestyle as jail, because they use. Okay, when you go to jail, for internets that don't know, you get there's a toaster and a microwave. So there is heaven on earth made if you have the right people and you're getting the right packages sent to you. Yo, that was the first time when I was away where I learned the word hermetically sealed.
Yep.
I never knew what the fuck. I went down. I was like, yo, how do I get my family to send me a package? They're like, it couldn't be no more than 30 pounds or something like that. And they were like, and make sure it's hermetically sealed. I was like, what the fuck did he just say? So I went back, grabbed a dictionary, I'm looking through hermetically sealed. And then I was like, yo, let me just ask somebody in this joint. I'm like, what is hermetically sealed? Hermetically is like it's sealed, like where it's not even open. Like it's got to be, what is that? Like
it's like where you can't. They don't want to make. They want to make sure there's no weapons or drugs coming into jail. It's like sneaking in the food. So they want to make sure it's like professionally sealed from the factory sealed. Like, you know what I mean?
All the products that are inside the box.
Yeah, the stuff.
Yeah, or the meats.
Right.
You know?
The stuff that you get from your package.
Right.
It has to be like
hermetically sealed.
Yeah, hermetically sealed. Professionally, like you can't have no. It can't just open mad easy. You ain't gonna get that in.
Right.
Yeah. And one thing I loved was that, see, I didn't have, sometimes I would get my mother to send me the time. Like we used to have pot. So for instance, for internets that know and know me, they know I always talk about Sunday's baked chicken in prison. Right? Now, I used to go get the baked chicken, but then put it in other things that we used to make. Right? But more so, I was always used to eating pasta on Sundays when I was home. So I never forget when I wanted to, like that's the thing some people don't realize. In jail, it may be different, but I was living the lifestyle that I wanted to live just by being around the right people and having the right things.
We would make some shit in there, like, you know what I mean? We would really take our time and, you know, share ideas and recipes and, you know what I mean, like, spend our time cooking and taking care of, you know, how we eat. We were eating good, making sure that we eating good every day.
Was anybody trying to spit for you in there?
Every day. Every day. That shit was annoying.
You had to get tired of that shit.
Yeah, that shit was
annoying,
yo.
I can imagine it. Yo, P. Let me, I thought of something last night. Let me hit you with it right quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I could just imagine if they had me in General Pop.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man. I would be getting into fights with niggas. Like, get the fuck out my face, dog.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much.
Yo, internet, let me tell you something. The commissary kitchen, first of all, you wrote another book too.
Yeah.
Was it the infamous?
My Infamous Life.
Yeah, I mean that's another dope book. But internet
autobiography.
This book, Commissary Kitchen, my infamous prison cookbook. Let me tell you something. The pictures alone, the recipes in there, like yo, what's that? Macaroni and salad with apples.
Yeah, macaroni salad with apples. That's like one of my favorites in there.
Yeah, when you just came home, I remember you saying that you were making that shit for your family, and they're like, "What?" Like, kind of like you're like, "What the fuck is this?" But yo, can you make some more? Like, you know, you were making the barbecue salmon, the macaroni salad with apples.
What fucks everybody head up, like when I make this stuff for people at home, is when I make the barbecue salmon and they see me putting octopus in it. Like they're not used to it.
Yeah. I mean, octopus was so good, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, yo, check the internet.
Where you get octopus? They just send you like in a can?
Nah, you can buy it in commissary.
Yeah, commissary.
It comes in a little can.
Yeah. Okay, kind of like the sardine situation, kind of like that can.
Yeah, and something I didn't know until I went away was that a lot of canned things come in pouches. Like, I never knew that, like tuna. Like, I never knew that tuna came in pouches until I was away. Like, even like smoked baby clams when I was in Rikers, they had that in a pouch.
Yep.
But, yo, internets, listen. This book, if you like recipes, if you like to cook, if you about that, you got to eat this life. Go out there, cop it, fuck it. Is it on Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah, BarnesandNoble.com. I got the
Amazon.
I got the audio version on iTunes.
Because some of y'all don't know how to read. Don't worry, he got y'all.
I mean?
Shit. Well, let me tell you something. I love this one. Peas Jailbreak. Ready? You know what it is? Ramen noodles, Doritos. But listen, you could also substitute with Cheez-Its or sliced cheese, canned sausage, and hot sauce. Yo, let me tell you something.
It's all about that hot sauce.
Let me tell you something. Miss, listen, when I was in there for cheese, that's what I learned. I crumbled up the Cheez-Its. Yo, putting Cheez-Its on something and substitute of cheese, like that's the one thing. Let me tell you something. I'm not glorifying jail. I'm saying I made a mistake. P made a mistake. Or we knew what we were doing. We just got in trouble.
You got in trouble.
But here's the thing.
That's a mistake.
No, but here's the dope thing. To substitute and live life, to adjust, because it's not easy to adjust.
Right.
To adjust and live that lifestyle. Like, for instance, I love mozzarella. But while I was away, I had to have Cheez-It. And I couldn't comprehend how I'm going to crush Cheez-Its, crackers, to become cheese.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do for the circumstance you in. Like, you know, you had no choice. A lot of people, I read a lot of the comments on Instagram, Facebook, and all that, and they be like, yo, why would I want to buy a book about cooking prison food? You know what I'm saying? And my response to that is, I made this book just to share my experience with people, you know what I mean, to show you what I had to do to try to eat as healthy as possible in there. And, you know, also shed some light on how foul the prison food, the actual prison food, the 3 meals they feed you every day, how foul that is. Like, you know, there's a big thing going on with, like, prison reform right now. And food is a major part of that.
People going on strike because
they're not eating.
Yeah.
Food is a major part of prison reform. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons why I made the book too, just to shed some light and start that conversation, get people talking about it, and you know, help some of that reform happen also. You know,
and it
what I
also
mean?
shows the creativity of the people on the inside, like how amazing they are for making a way out of no way.
And not only that, a lot of the recipes in the book, you could substitute. You don't have to make stuff out of can. You know, you out in the world, you reading this book, you can go to the fresh, you know, supermarket, get you a fresh salmon, use the same exact, you know, steps, but use fresh stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need all of y'all fellas to get this book because y'all have to cook for y'all girls. Don't always let the female. And he made it so easy. Like each recipe has like no more than like 8 ingredients. Like y'all can't get this wrong.
Yep,
it's very easy for you guys.
And
I'm ready.
It's good for the college students too. It's like dormitory style. You know what I mean?
And the first time chef, like the bitches that's talking about, oh, I don't know how to cook. I just make reservations. Bitch, this is it. Right in time for the holidays. A pie is on the front.
And keep in mind, how many different people, I mean, I say to myself, where you just don't know what to cook some days.
Right.
Like, what do I cook or what do I eat? And if you're ordering out, it gets to become the same thing.
Right.
I mean, I order out, but then I get tired of that. I cook, I get tired of that. So it's a circle of life, you know, and I think that I call these concoctions. Don't ask me to spell it, but that's what I call it. When I was away, this is the stuff I used to make was concoctions.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, but you know what? You did make a great point, and we spoke about this before, me and you. Prison, it's people think that just because you're in prison, you're supposed to live like you know, like hell,
like an animal.
Yeah, like an animal. You know, like anybody who's been to Rikers Island, man. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how foul prison is. If you ever had their fruit punch in Rikers Island, if you pour that joint on the floor, it'll stain the whole floor. Stain it. That shit'll never come up off that floor. And I'm talking about like fucking linoleum, or they don't have linoleum in Rikers, tile, whatever the fuck it is.
It's bad, man.
But what I'm saying is, picture that.
If
that could stain that fucking tile like that, imagine what it does to your fucking, you know. And that's one thing I do commend you on that, P, because you know, dealing with sickle cell and dealing with just trying to be healthy. That's something that's not almost possible, and you were able to find a way, and then really share this, you know, with this infamous prison cookbook with us later on.
In prison, it's like, you know, a lot of the inmates, they don't have family to send them a package every month.
Yeah.
A lot of the inmates don't have money on their books. You know what I mean? So they're forced to eat the prison food every day. You know what I mean? I was one of the lucky ones that I got family. You know what I mean? They could send me a package. I got family. They could put money on my books. I got friends, put money on my books. There's a few other inmates in there, you know, that got the same thing. But I've seen inmates, they don't get no letters.
Damn.
They don't got no money on their books. They don't got no package coming. So they eating this prison food every day, and they relying on the job money, because in prison you have to have a job every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they're relying on this job money to fill up their books so they can buy food off a commissary or buy cigarettes or whatever they want. And it's like they only pay you like 10 cents a day or something like that. So it's like that's another reason why they need that prison reform, because people they want to get paid higher, like you know what I mean? Because the 13th Amendment of the Constitution says that slavery is still legal if you're locked up, if you're incarcerated.
Right.
So they can just make you work. You know what I mean? You have to work. You don't have a choice.
Yep, and a lot of these major corporations are paying that labor, like Victoria's Secret and Target. Like they have the inmates making their product for 10 cents. And
I get it. Like I get it. You locked up. You gotta pay your debt to society. You know what I'm saying? But that needs to be reformed a little bit. There needs to be some type of reform.
Right, we're still human beings.
Yeah, this is 2017 almost.
Right.
Things got to change, man. Things that even I spoke about it many times before, where even the church, like a Catholic church, like I had my son baptized. I couldn't get, my sister's gay. She's married to a girl. They don't accept that. The priests don't get married. They're touching little boys out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the point I'm making is that as we keep on going, the years keep on going by, things need to change.
Yeah, they progress.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Laws change all the time. Like, the Constitution, it's constantly like, what's the right word I'm looking for? Like
evolving?
Evolving. You know what I'm saying? Black people was looked at as only like 2% of a human being.
Right.
They changed that in the Constitution at the time. Certain things just change over time. And this is one of the things that need to be changed. So, that was like really one of the main reasons I wrote this book, just to shed some light, start some conversation on that, and, help usher that change in.